And welcome here to TalkFCB, and welcome to the first match review of the new season and Ronald Koeman's first game as the Barça coach. It's a pre-season game, Barça against Gimnastic de Tarragona, that has ended here in a 3-1 win for Barcelona. We couldn't even keep a clean sheet against a third division team. Now, I'm just joking. Or am I? All the analysis of today's game, it's coming right up for you. Let's get into it. Because I do have to start by saying I think it's the longest warm-up I've seen from a Barcelona team in any game for many years. They were out there for a long time there, Ronald Koeman's men, going through the drills, going through different exercises, getting themselves absolutely ready for this game. And I thought in both halves there was certainly there a difference in performance. We're going to be talking about the players on show in just a moment. But I think overall there was a good intensity about the team. I think there was a lot of players out there who were looking to make an impact, and that's exactly the way that it should be in games like this. And I think also today you can quite clearly see a difference in the style of play. Under Quique Setien, it was very patient. It was solely there based on a possession game. Today under Koeman, I think we were all expecting it in that 4-2-3-1 formation. It was a bit more direct. We were looking to get the ball forward much quicker. If there was an opportunity there to play the pass forward, we were looking to do that. And also as well, I think it was very fluid in our movement and in the positioning. It was a 4-2-3-1, like I say, but I think many of the players there had the freedom to move around, as we're going to showcase in just a moment's time. And I think that worked well in making us there a little bit more unpredictable, which I feel definitely is needed. Because we first of all take a look at the first half starting 11, and this here was the team that played for the opening 45 minutes of the game. It was Neto in goal, of course. Ter Stegen is still out injured. Jordi Alba and Sergio Roberto, they're being played at fullback, which is interesting given that Ronald Koeman apparently didn't see Roberto as a fullback. Longley and Piqué there at centre half. It was Carlos Alenya and Sergio Busquets holding. Dembélé out to the left. Lionel Messi playing there straight down the middle in a very central position, with young Pedri off to the right and Antoine Griezmann there leading the line. And I do have to say, first of all, I thought the fullbacks weren't great in either team. I think that was something today that was consistent for me in Team A and in Team B. I don't think in those fullback areas we did enough, we were good enough, and that is something I feel that I've said for many weeks now. We simply have to improve in the transfer market. I think in these holding positions here in this first half, it was sort of a tale of two different games, because Carlos Alenya, I feel, did very well. I thought he impressed Ronald Koeman. There was reports before the game that Koeman was very impressed with what he was seeing in training from Alenya, and I think it would have been very similar to what he did in today's first half. But as for Sergio Busquets, I don't feel as though he played well, and I don't know whether it's just a one-off game or in this system. Is he really going to suit it? We're going to find out in the weeks to come, but I did feel as though for the goal there, we didn't close down, we didn't shut down the space. Busquets there could have got a bit closer to his man, and Koeman would have been watching on, and it will be interesting to see what happens in this system with Sergio Busquets. Lionel Messi, like I say, was in that central area. I thought Pedri was really bright there, out off the right-hand side. Again, it was nice and fluid. At times he was coming central. He's got really good pace about him as well. He had a brilliant moment there, counter-attacking and carrying the ball really well. Ousmane Dembélé, of course, we're going to come on to his goal in just a moment's time. You can clearly see there that he's still going to build up that match sharpness. It was his first game in over 200 days, so we do have to give him time, but he showed some bright moments, and Griezmann as well, scoring from the spot, which we will discuss, but overall, he wasn't that involved in the first half. When it comes to the second team, though, I think in this team here, there was a lot more chemistry. That's the one thing that I would say. There was a lot more cohesion in our passing. I think we saw some much nicer moves in this second half. There was more energy, I feel, and I think that's all got to do with the fact the players in this team, much younger. There was a lot more freshness about our play in that second half. It was Iñaki Peña here, Firpo and Semedo there at fullback, Cuenca and Araujo at centre half, and also I think in that midfield, I think De Jong and Ricky Puig, brilliant. And I think before the game we were having a few doubts about exactly where Puig would fit in. Would he be able to play here in this deeper midfield role? And I think based on today, of course you got to take it with a pinch of salt. It's a pre-season game, but he played very well alongside De Jong. Really good balance between the two, and I was happy with how that looked. I think Conrad from this left-hand side, really good signs once again from him today. He looked really good for Barcelona B at the end of last season. Today, excellent again. Coutinho in a central role. Fransisco Trincao off to the right-hand side. I thought he was marvellous. We're going to talk about a few moments in him in just a moment. And Martin Braithwaite there leading the line. And like I say, out of the two teams, I was more impressed with what this second team did throughout the game. But if we do talk there about some of the big moments from the game, starting with Ousmane Dembélé's goal, he didn't take long there to get things underway under Ronald Koeman. An early strike it was. Sergio Roberto on the right-hand side. He plays a low cross into the area. Now, the ball wasn't really meant for Ousmane Dembélé, but he gets himself there into a central position. He wins the ball, gets there first, gets ahead of his man. He's in on goal. Really calm, really cool finish, and that'll just help him there with a bit of confidence. Like I say, he needs that match sharpness back. He needs a lot more game time out on the field now to get himself in the best possible shape. But it was good to see Dembélé back on the field, back playing, and of course, scoring for Barcelona. The second goal as well came in that first half. It was a corner kick that came in. Gerard Piqué was quite clearly dragged to the floor. I felt as though actually today, although we had 2 penalties, it could have been even more than that. There was a lot of challenges there going in and around the area, but Piqué went down, and surprisingly, it wasn't Messi who stepped up from the spot. I don't know whether they probably gave the ball to Griezmann for a bit of confidence perhaps, but Griezmann stepped up, finished it really, really well, and like I say, in terms of confidence again, Griezmann needs that kind of momentum, playing today for the first time with that new number 7 shirt. We did though, like I say, concede that goal. Even in a game like this, we couldn't keep that clean sheet, and like I say, it was all about that closing down. It was a really good strike, to be fair, from the edge of the box. Neto didn't even move. It was flown past him there before he even had a chance to react, but I do think Busquets on the edge of the box, maybe even Alenia too, but mostly Busquets was nice and close there, could have come across and shut that space down. Koeman will be watching to see how that goal happened, and in the second half, although like I say, that number 2 team I feel was much, much better, much more fluid. Only the 1 goal came, but it was very, very close to being more than 1 goal. Coutinho got things off the mark in the second half with 3-1. Again, another penalty awarded. Coutinho stepping up, a little stutter in the build-up. Really cool from the spot, this time finishing it to the bottom right-hand corner. But I want to talk here about that moment. Fransisco Trincao with a stunning ball, and it truly was there. He cuts in on that left foot. He does like to do that. He measures the ball beautifully. It's a wonderfully weighted pass, perfectly into the path of young Conrad. He's moving onto the ball, and it's a wonderful finish. The two they're combining in stunning fashion, but sadly ruled out for offside. But it doesn't change the fact that it was brilliant play from the 2 young men, and I think as well, Trincao, as that half went on, he had a brilliant dribble. He took on 2 or 3 players in one move, fantastic close control, and he looked really, really exciting. And honestly, with Pedri in the first half, Trincao in the second, you've got young Conrad there. Barcelona have so much young talent, no matter what people say. Believe me, we have a lot of good quality. We have a lot of depth in our team too. When you look at the strength that we're able to field in that first half and in the second, the only weakness for me is not a forward, it's not a winger, it's not a midfielder. We need defenders. That's it. Because other than that, we're looking very, very well set up. But of course, guys, please do let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What did you make here for the first signs, the opening signs of the Ronald Koeman era at Barcelona? I think, to be honest, it's the very first pre-season game. We can't read an awful lot into this. Of course, we are playing a 3rd division team at the end of the day. But of course, we're still looking there to have some optimism, to have some enthusiasm ahead of the new season. Although we do know big decisions still have to be made in the transfer market before the season starts. Not long now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. It's nice to be back and nice to have some football being played. I will see you soon with plenty more to come. But until next time, as always, Visca el Barça.